in a 2008 Legacy GT 2.5, but this is the SpecB. So the SpecB is a little different in quite a few ways, actually. The interior, first off, is a little different. You have the navigation, a little bit different seats, a little bit different little doohickeys everywhere. And this belongs to my buddy Ed. He drove all the way down as well to let me drive this car. Now, it's a little bit more modified than the other one was in a way that it makes a little bit more power. Clutch is much more aggressive. He's got the nifty little pillar pods right here. He has different shift knob, and this is a 6-speed instead of a 5-speed. And I think that's where it's gonna get a little interesting. Now, the power band in this one is a little bit more violent than the black one I recently drove. Basically, the SpecB was a limited production car overall. I mean, there's not really any big reasons why this SpecB in particular is like gonna be some big collector item someday in 2008 or whatever, but at the same time you have a nice little name that separates you from the crowd, so that's pretty cool. And I have to put this down for a second. This car in particular has BC coilovers instead of the Fortune 500s on the last Legacy I drove. And so far, so good. The ride is a little bit different. It is noticeable, but not too noticeable. I feel a little bit higher off the ground just because of the ride height in general. Plus, when this car was sold to Ed, he went all the way to Rhode Island to get it, but the guy had parted it out. He had parted out all his good stuff to make all his mod money back. So he got, you know, he didn't get the wheels or anything like that. So he's back on the factory wheels and all that stuff. This is kind of interesting because that feels like there's a little bit more suspension stuff done with those coils and all that, but this feels more refined with the engine. So the engine also has beautiful piping all the way through it. It has a great blow-off valve. What I love about this one is that through the hood scoop, you can see the blow-off valve, because I'm cheesy and I think that's cool. Definitely feels different with the 6-speed. I know that sounds like something that wouldn't be a big difference, but this power band is, oh boy. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay, very different. That was just building boost in 4th gear. I just wanted to see where it kind of kicked in. Kicked in, felt like really hard around 5. This car's redline is 7,000 RPM, and that's a little bit higher than the last one. So that'll give me a little bit more playtime room. This is the 2nd gear quarter. There we go. Alrighty. Yep, this is, yeah, this is much faster, without a doubt. But we still have these terrible brakes. It's killing me. Push through, push through, push through, push through. All-wheel drive cars are so weird to me. How when you're in a sticky situation, you just basically put down the gas. Oh baby, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Not only do we have all the advantages of a Legacy and basically being a budgeted WRX, which is really weird to me that you can get these for way cheaper still, but you have so much more space. It feels just like a fast WRX, honestly. It feels almost identical, and the power band is extremely smooth with this 6-speed. So, I don't know, I wouldn't say smooth. It's violent, but it's controllable. The good thing is with this extra weight, I guess you could say, is that it doesn't crab walk as much. Usually when I drive something like a Blob-i or something like that with a lot of horsepower, it'll do that notorious, you get on it, it yanks this way. You get on it, it yanks this way. But this one, it did it just a hair, but not enough to make me upset. So, wasn't bad. This car, what I just did all that with stock sway bars. no wonder sometimes I was a little floaty, but it had a little bit more body roll. This car's exhaust too is much louder when you get on it in the very top of the rev range. It's a little more intense. There you go. I couldn't find a good word, but it's just a little bit more intense. You might remember it in some previous Subaru reviews how I kind of broke it down that even though Subarus are 4-cylinder boxers, that does not mean you get good gas mileage. And the last Subaru I did, the other Legacy, did 19. This one does 15. In a 2.5 liter. Why does it only do 15 miles per gallon? It blows my mind. Oh yeah. Oh. This thing wants to gallop. Okay, 40. This thing is fun. All right, so yeah, one more time, Legacy GT, awesome car. I totally approve of it. Subaru, you did something right. I just wish that you marketed it better as a more fun car and not just a family car. Because every time I see a Legacy commercial, it's like, oh look, I'm stuck with kids now, and oh, I can't have a WRX anymore. Why? Why? Just Legacies are fun. I have learned this. It's not bad. Like, it's just funny. I remember one of the commercials where it was like, I bought a Legacy because I had a hood scoop. And it's like, that shouldn't be the only reason why I buy a car, but okay. Another great thing though is, even though it's on coilovers, you can still get over things. You're not sacrificing that stance life where you have to angle over everything really bad. I mean, it's always good to angle a car that's low, but just for all intents and purposes. Also, another thing is I forgot to say was the front mount intercooler system on this is just like the previous Legacy I reviewed, and it just, I love the look of it, of this the kind of sleeper sedan of just this chilling front mount on the car. Because a lot of people with the boxer engines, they'll keep the top mount intercooler as long as they can. They squeeze it out and see how much they can get out of it, and then later down the road they realize, I just should have just went front mount. So at the end of the day, it is very beneficial to do front mount intercooler. So on that note, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this quick little review video. I had a great time. Big thanks to Ed for driving all the way down to let me drive his awesome Subaru. I had a fantastic time. So on that note, I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a fantastic day.